Grab your glass and pull up a chair. It's time for your favorite girls' night in.
Welcome to Pouring and Parenting. We're your besties, Sil and Inish.
We're here to laugh through the chaos. Hello, Pours. Let's start the show. All right, welcome back to Pouring and Parenting. I'm Inish.
And I'm Sil. Pull up a chair, grab your favorite glass, and get comfortable.
Today, we aren't just pouring a drink, we're talking about pouring back into ourselves when the pitcher is empty.
As moms, wives, daughters, and sisters, we give so much. Today is about regrouping, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
So, before we get started, let's talk about what you poured into your cup today.
All right, so today I poured just some Moscato, nothing crazy. I didn't have time to make a drink today. I was pressed on time. So, Moscato it is for the win.
All right.
What about you?
Okay.
What are you drinking?
I had a thought and then I changed my thought. I ended up making a whiskey and raspberry lemonade concoction with a splash of lemon juice. So, cheers to that.
Yes, cheers to that.
Today, the episode is called I'll Drink to That. With that title, people could be confused like, what exactly are we really going to be talking about? We're actually going to be talking about pouring into ourselves, talking about self-care, self-love, and just making sure our cups are full. We have embarked on a new year. We are in 2026, and there's no time like the present and the beginning of the year to make sure that we're leading with the right foot and making sure we know when our cups are empty and when to refill our cups. Okay? So,
Absolutely.
moving forward, let's jump into it. The empty cup.
Okay.
We're going to start with an empty cup, and we're going to fill that cup up as the show progresses. Let's talk about the burden of wearing many hats, especially as parents. And we're going to discuss the weight of being the emotional rock for the family. As parents, as women, as mothers, we wear a lot of hats. So, what does that statement feel like to you, Sil?
Being the emotional rock is basically another word for being super mom or superwoman. As women, we have to wear a lot of hats, whether we want to or not. They're kind of just put upon us. I'm not the biggest fan of that phrase, superwoman or supermom. It's just another nice or cool way to make it seem like, oh, yeah, you got this. You're superwoman. Like, no, I don't. I don't really want to be superwoman. I don't want to
Mm.
have all those hats on all the time and switch from one moment to the next. Like, it's exhausting.
It really is. And, we're talking chef, taxi driver, you're a teacher, you're a laundry person. Like the hats that
A maid,
a professional,
therapist.
th- the list can literally go on. It can become a burden. And even in a partnership, we're both married, but sometimes that weight can fall heavier on mom. As women, we're supposed to be the nurturer. Like that's literally the title for women in America. We are the nurturers. The men, go out and hunt. And has the dynamic
I would rather
changed?
go hunt.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so
Absolutely.
sorry. I want to be at home. You'd be a
I
good
would.
husband. I'd be a good wife to you. There it is.
Yay. Well, if something ever happens to our husbands,
Okay. Note to self, a mental note. but yeah, it can become a burden. So I mean, boom, your cup is empty. Keeping that in our forefront, let's talk about regrouping. Let's talk about regrouping and clarifying that self-care, which is the highlight of the topic of today, isn't just a luxury. It's a necessity. And to me, what that means, especially with the life that we're living in, social media is so big now. We're talking Facebook was not even Facebook. That's crazy. It was before MySpace. That's what I want to say.
oh,
MySpace.
MySpace.
That's like the only thing I can think of that, came before Facebook. But there's so many different outlets now. And there are so many influencers out there. And they're like, ooh, self-care. I'm at the Bahamas on my yacht with a champagne bottle. And what kind of self-care? That's crazy. Would I love to do that? Absolutely. But the reality is that is not like a typical self-care for the normal average person, for the everyday person.
Right.
But also it's a necessity.
It needs to be realistic. Okay. Like you said, where self care isn't necessarily about just jumping on a yacht and sailing in the Bahamas, it's the little things. Sometimes it really is just the little things. Like, you know what? I need a nap, or I need to just put on a mask on my face and like just rejuvenate. Maybe I
Mhm.
just need to soak in the tub for a little bit, no noise, or maybe just some calming music or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything glamorous. And usually for the people like you and I, it's not all that crazy stuff. Just some alone time, some time to be able to think without having the kids screaming or wondering if I, fold this laundry or whatever it may be. It's just finding some time to yourself to get some
Right.
clarity because it's really hard as a parent to find any type of clarity throughout your day when, we are wearing so many hats.
Right. And yeah, being able to find that time to regroup and reset, and even we got to look in the mirror and say like, "Girl, you got this," and walk out of the bathroom. And you
Yeah.
just hit that reset button and go on about your day. It needs to be done. You need to take that time out and regroup. Period.
Hmm.
So is there any specific moment within the past, just whenever, be it yesterday, a year ago, or something, where you felt that you were like poured out or overwhelmed?
Oh, I've had many moments.
Okay.
Actually, our life is just really busy. Right now, luckily, it is kind of like a less busy time, I guess you could say. But typically, there's, work, practice, kids, homework. One kid's usually sick, especially when school
Yeah.
starts back up,
Yeah.
family events, and it's just a lot. And I mean, recently, like with the holidays that just passed, I think I probably felt the most overwhelmed just, wrapping everything up. And I don't mean like the presents, but just like at the end of
Right.
it all, like it was just overwhelming,
Right.
because I didn't have, I felt like I didn't have a moment to breathe. I was just constantly on. And,
Mm,
like towards, probably like mid Christmas Day, I was just like, I just need a break. Like I am poured out. I gave these kids, my family, I gave them everything. I just need a little breather.
right. Yeah. And honestly, I think that's probably, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, especially during the holidays. We're in the beginning of the new year. Holidays are behind us, and everyone's decompressing, I'm sure, or they've decompressed already. But that is definitely, I feel like, a big time where people are feeling stressed, just overwhelmed. Hell, shit.
Yeah, there's just so many
Um,
little things, and you wanna make everything perfect, no matter what it is. So you just like throwing like the kids their birthday parties. Typically, I'm
right.
poured out after that as well. You just wanna make everything so great for them that you give them everything,
Absolutely.
and you're left empty.
Exactly. And honestly, for me, I'd have to, as far as something like recent, if I were to chime in on the question I just asked you, traveling. Now, I will say, like, we travel a lot. My family and I travel a lot. And I am, more times than not, I'm overwhelmed. I choose to pack for the boys just to make sure that everything is there that we need. My husband doesn't mind doing any of that. He's even offered to do it. And I'm like, no, I'll do it because I don't want to
Mm,
yell at him later because you
you
forgot.
forgot something.
Ain't nobody got time for that. You don't want it. I don't want it. So it is what it is. I will say our trip, we went to the in-laws over the Christmas and New Year break last year. That was probably the most not overwhelmed I was, surprisingly. And I don't even know why. Maybe it's because I was in autopilot and I'm like, "Oh, this is what we do." But that's usually the time that I am the most stressed, is when we start packing. I am feeling very overwhelmed, and it's a very stressful time. So I can completely relate to you in a different scheme, but I hear you, girl. So I have
Yeah.
another question.
Mhm, keep them coming.
Why why do we feel guilty? If you feel guilty, so maybe you don't even feel guilty. How about that? I'm gonna change the question. Do you feel guilty for needing a minute to yourself?
Sometimes, not always. There's times where if I leave the kids with their abuela, they love to be with her. And
Mhm.
if there's like other kids around, I don't really feel as guilty just because I know they're going to be having a good time. Sometimes I just want to be in the shower a little bit longer. Nothing
Mhm.
luxurious. Like, please just let me be in my shower. And then, there's knocking on the door, mommy, mommy. And I'm just like, oh. So, yeah, I do feel guilty. And I wish I didn't because I
Mhm.
know that they're fine. They just,
Right.
they're needy and that's fine. They want their mommy, but I think it's just part of our nature. Like, "Oh, okay, I'll stop what I'm doing to get to you." But we do just have to put our foot down sometime. Like, no, I'm going to take this extra minute in the shower and just sit under here and, just have some time to myself and just tune them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and I think back and, as parents, we should probably know this episode well by now is that Bluey episode where the mom, she asks, the dad gets home and you could just tell she's overwhelmed. Bluey's
Mm.
screaming, Bingo's like making all this noise. And the dad gets home and she's like, I need 20 minutes where nobody speaks to me. And
Mm.
if that's not relatable, like, I don't know what is. Cause I was just like, yeah. And he, like, the way she looked at him, he was like, oh, yep, got it. And to be able to have
Mhm.
a partner like that who was trying so hard to keep the kids away. And here comes
Mhm.
Bluey making her feel guilty. Like, are you mad at me? And she's like, "Ugh, I'm not mad at you. Like, I just need 20 minutes. And it's just something that they don't understand. Yeah.
Right.
And it was such a relatable scene because there she is. She has that support where the dad's like, all right, I got you. And the kids are just like, no, why are you mad at me? Like, you don't, you wish you never had us. And you're like, oh, come on,
Yeah. All drama.
right? Yeah, like, I just need a little bit of just quiet time. Like, let me just get my thoughts together. But I think it's just in us as mothers to feel guilty because we know that they want us. But I think as long as we know that they're okay, we need to give
Right.
ourselves a little bit of grace.
Absolutely. Real quick story. I'm doing better with not feeling guilty, but I can distinctly remember about 2 years ago when the baby was a baby. He was 3 months old and we were with the in laws and my hubby was going out with his cousins. We were in town for a wedding and I wanted to go out, but I was just super hyper focused on the baby. And my mother in law was like, girl, she had to force me out of the house. The baby was with like great aunts and everything, but I felt guilty and I didn't wanna go out. My mother was all like, "There are so many aunties here, go girl." And so I went, no regrets. It it worked out, everybody survived. It was fine. I think it just has to do with the fact that we're the nurturers and we just wanna be there. And if something goes wrong, if we'll feel guilty if something happened and we're not there, but at the end of the day, we come back and the kids are okay.
Yes, they're fine.
Okay, so moving forward, let's talk about some practical self care tactics that we can share with our listeners. So we've narrowed it down to 4 pillars. I'm sure there's a lot more out there, but let this be your starting point. If you have none, if you already use these, keep doing it. You're doing great. Beginning with the first pillar, we have mental. Let's talk about setting boundaries and saying no to extra commitments. That is such a big thing for people. Hell, that's a big thing for me because Anish has FOMO. Anish likes to go outside. So that is a big thing. It is hard for me to say no. Don't invite me nowhere because Anish going to say yes. But also, I need to know when to say no. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there that can relate to me when it comes to having that boundary. You need to set boundaries. That is good for your mental. That's good for your mental to give out to your family and to make sure that your cup is staying full if you're tapped out. So, how do you feel about that, Sil?
Definitely having boundaries. I know that that helped me out a lot, especially when I was finishing up school. There was a lot of things I had to say no to. And I also don't like to miss out, but I will miss out. I also have anxiety. So there's just times where I'm like, no, I can't. Sometimes I don't like to really give that excuse, the anxiety excuse, because then I hear all this other negativity. But when you can't, you can't. And I learned the hard way of saying no, but it just feels so good sometimes where I'm proud of myself because I'm like standing up for myself because you can't do it all, especially when you're having those moments of anxiety or whatever it is that you're going through. Sometimes it is good to go out, but other times it's just, no, I need to keep my peace. So sorry. No. And don't feel bad. I know we're just talking about guilt, when it comes to our kids, but with others, don't be sorry. Don't feel that guilt.
Right. No, absolutely. And I'm doing a lot better with that, especially if you are self-aware and are in a space that you can recognize where you're at and your hypothetical cup and you're in a space to where you're like, you know what, I just need some time to myself. And oh man, I would love to go out with you, but I can't today. I'm gonna spend time with my family or something. And if you have so much fear of missing out, aka FOMO, there are so many ways that you can approach that situation because again, people post everything on social media. Mute them for the day. If you know they're going out on the 26th of February, mute them for the 26th of February. Get the update when they decide to call you and unmute them. There are so many different ways that you can handle that situation so you don't feel any anxiety or just lack of involvement. So it doesn't mess with your mental. You don't hate your friend. You don't hate whatever the situation is. But if you just need to take that time, do it. I am learning. I'm doing better every year. I feel like I'm getting better with when it comes to that space for me, especially with all this moving I'm doing, because baby ain't got the money to be flying everywhere to visit all of y'all and to do all that anyway. So it's a lot easier for me to say no, y'all. No. So just making sure that you can put yourself in a mental space to take the right actions to make sure your cup is staying full and not giving too much of yourself to just any and everybody. So that's
No way.
one, mental. Moving to the next pillar, physical. Movement, hydration, or just simply a 15 minute blackout period of silence. Physical. So I'll let you go with this one first.
Okay. Just going outside for a walk, okay, getting
Yes.
some fresh air, it really can do a lot for your mental health. And I have done this before where I've I like to be out in my garden. It's a little scary out there right now. It looks like a jungle. But being out there for just a short period of time, being in the elements, getting my hands dirty, that really does help. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, it's just something about being one with the earth. I don't know, how to explain it exactly, but that for sure is something that is helpful. Just finding yourself a hobby that's outside, like get some sun, get some fresh air, or just go for a walk. Go, see what's going on in your neighborhood. Maybe just take a walk to the store. And it's just
Yes.
something little. It doesn't have to be anything that's going to take up your whole day. Or that's going to be so exhausting where you're just like over it. Just
Mhm.
something little to get, that blood flowing, breathing in that fresh air, expanding those lungs. I think that it would be something great to help with that, filling of your cup.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off of what Sil just said right now, if you're a parent and you're like, girl, I got all these kids, I can't go for no walk, take the kids with you. Take the kids with you. I was like snatching your hair, girl. Take them damn kids
Oh
with
my
you
God.
and, and put your headphones in. Have the kids ride their bike, push the baby in a stroller, put your headphones in, put our podcast on, and go on the
Oh, yeah.
walk. Reset, take in the fresh air. The kids, listen, you are killing a lot of birds with one stone doing that. The kids are getting outside, you're getting physical activity. The kids are tiring themselves out listening to our podcast. There are so many things that's happening with just a 15-minute walk up and down your block or
I
whatever the
love that.
case is, you know? So the physical movement, I think that's a great way that you can help reset. And again, if you have kids, take the kids with you. When's the last time you went on a walk? Do it, girl.
Yeah, it's good for all of you too. Then gets them tired and they'll go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. I, for one, used to work out. Ha 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 ha. It's funny to me now. Uh,
Back in the day.
back in my heyday. And going to the gym was my outlet with just filling my cup up. That was my outlet to fill my cup up. So if you're a gym rat and you're trying to find your way back into the gym as a mama, I don't want to say figure it out. That was aggressive.
Figure
You
it
know,
out.
but figure it out. Okay. Going in the morning and we're again, as this conversation progresses, we're gonna all, we're gonna help y'all out. So don't, stay tuned. We're gonna help y'all out with the time frames and stuff. But yes, yes, yes. Oh, and then to talk about like a blackout period of silence. That could be difficult again if you have a bunch of kids or whatever your house is looking like. But if you can seriously even step outside, the kids are eating dinner. Everyone's at the table. It's quiet. They have whatever keeps them quiet for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Take that time to go outside. Don't start the dishes. Don't do your laundry at that 2 minutes of that they're sitting at the table. Step outside, step in the bathroom, take that moment, take some deep breaths in and exhale. Just give yourself some time to breathe in the moment, even if that's the time that I wash the dishes. Okay, take 2 minutes away from washing the dishes that particular day and go
They
out
ain't
and
going
just
anywhere.
just okay, and just inhale and exhale. So, that's the physical. Moving forward with the third pillar, emotional. Journaling or calling, a family member, a friend, just to vent. Your spouse. How do you feel about that stuff?
I used to journal and then I would throw it away.
Mm,
Like I would just write all my thoughts, all my feelings. It was kind of like an outlet where you're not looking for any solutions. I just need to get this off my chest. And I would look at it and then throw it away. And it was kind of like, all right, it's done, it's gone. I got that out. So yeah, I
okay.
did use it. It's been a while. I know it's like it sounds kind of like weird. But also
No.
like, I don't want to keep a journal and someone reads it. God forbid. That did happen to me before. My parents read my journal when I was little. Oh my gosh. That was a really awkward conversation
Yeah,
because they
I
told
can
me
imagine.
they had questions. Shit.
Not
But
you, Karen.
yes, so throw it away. Yeah, but my parents sure did.
Oh
They
my
read it.
god.
So,
Oh.
yes, I do not recommend. We have phones now, so you can type the notes on your phone and
Mm,
unlock it if need be. I just found it kind of therapeutic, to write because you can, like, physically see what you're writing, and then you just crumble it up, and that also feels good because you're just, like, throwing away all that whatever was eating you up inside.
right. Yeah, no, I know people that journal. I had a diary. The funny thing, I don't know where it's at now. So that's kinda scary, but
Well,
I've
someone's reading it.
never someone's definitely reading and looking for me. Where is this girl at? Journaling outside of when I had one wasn't, I guess, my go-to thing. I ultimately became a person to vent to people, which I am reversing that now as I'm getting older. But I will say if you do have a close friend or confidant, someone that you can just trust in and rely on, go to that person. I would also say to make sure that that person knows who they are in your life as well, because I do feel like some people don't, I guess, deserve that energy from you. And to make sure that it's a safe space to whomever you decide to vent to, if you do decide to go to a person within your life, make sure that they deserve that energy, and also make sure their cup isn't empty and you're pouring too much into them. So just make sure it's a safe
Yes,
space.
absolutely.
So make sure it's a safe space for both parties, and because that could backfire easily, and ain't nobody got time for that. So keep that in mind. The last pillar that we're going to discuss is meditation and prayer, connecting with your spiritual side to make sure that you're just connecting with self. And if you're a spiritual person, be it meditation or spiritual, they can, it's a thin line between the two, but also it's a big line too, depending on your beliefs or whatever. But tap into that space. If you have a space and you are a spiritual person and you speak to God, tap into that. If it's been a while since you talked to Him, get back into that space. It is the beginning of the year. It is not too late. It is never too late. If you're a spiritual person and you want to meditate, you want to burn some what do people burn? The what's that thing they lighten up and they be
They burned the sage.
the sage. Like, if you burn
Sage.
sage and wanna resage your house, I don't know what the proper terminology is for that, but, do that. Get back into that space, and just remember that whatever your approach is, if you have an approach, let that be a place that you kinda revert back to. We're hoping that this topic of conversation can just spark a fire in you to give you guidance on where you can start when it comes to refilling your cup. If it's empty or halfway full, you never want to get empty. But if you get to the point that you're empty, remember these four pillars, if you shall: mental, physical, emotional, meditation, and prayer.
All right, Pores, it is time for our mid-show game. It is a little bit different, but hey, who would it be if we didn't have different games, right? So this one is called Sing to Me. And the way it works is I am going to read a question to Inish, and she has to respond back with the lyrics and obviously singing those lyrics. And hopefully she
Me,
is
me, me, me.
correct. Okay, so we will take turns. I will go first. Okay, so Anisha, I'm going to ask you a question.
All right,
And
let it
then if
go.
you get it wrong, you do have to take a pretty big gulp of your drink. We got to work on the
Don't
consequences.
tempt me with a good time.
I should give you water. Drink water.
Oh,
Drink water.
no,
Sober you up.
no,
Sober you up.
no,
Hydrate.
no. I will not hydrate.
And she passes out. She's so dehydrated. All right. So for the first question, according to John B., what shouldn't you listen to?
Why am I laughing? According to John B., what shouldn't I listen to?
Oh, you have a timer.
No, I don't, because you didn't say what the. Okay. Well, I can't think of one of his songs
0.
right now.
See, and you
Mine's
critiqued me. Let me just tell you, Pores, that when I brought this up to her, she was like, oh my gosh, too easy. And guess what? She didn't get it.
I feel like mines are too easy at this point. What did John B tell me?
Don't listen to what people say.
I couldn't even think of one song in this very moment. Okay. Well played. Well played. Okay. Shall I go
Now
next?
I'm scared because I talked so much crap. Yes, you're next.
No, these are easy.
Don't say that. It's a lot of pressure
They're
now.
easy. They're easy. Okay. I try not to laugh at the way I phrase this. What did I make Usher want to do?
You make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you.
Yes, correct.
Whew, I was scared.
Easy peasy.
All right. So 1 of me, Aish, 0. All
Oh, I
right.
didn't know we were going to call people out like that.
All right. In Rihanna's Grammy hit, What Happens When the Sun Shines?
What happens when the sun shines?
You need to sing it. I forgot to time you. I'm the worst.
When the sun shines, it'll shine forever. Told you I'd be here forever. The sunshine forever. I'm here forever. Everybody's there forever.
When the sun shines, we shine together.
To shine together. Dang it.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
I took a half a point. I got the song title right.
Well, you started off. Well, yeah, but that wasn't even the question.
Yikes. All right. Maybe I'm playing everybody because I want to drink.
Possibly.
I want to hydrate. Well, this one's another easy one. What did TLC suggest you chase?
Waterfall. Wait, what? Hon. Waterfalls is the answer. But aren't they saying don't go chasing? Oh, wait.
If you're saying that's your answer, that's the wrong answer.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait.
Nope, it's too late. Nope, you said that was your answer.
Listen, right? No? Look, there's a whole reason why I'm like double guessing, and I'm going to share with you in just a bit. Okay, what's the answer? Because now I'm freaked out.
Okay, well, you're incorrect. The question again was, what did TLC suggest you chase? They said, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Yes. Okay.
So we both have to drink.
No, but you
Cheers.
Lost both of them. I mean, I'll drink, but I just want to point
You
out
lost
that
one.
Lost.
But I see what you're saying. But we
didn't tie.
I see what you're saying. We didn't because you got one right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll drink.
You shall.
All right, and I should.
Cheers.
Ooh, I drank already.
And I took a bigger gulp than you, just to make it fair.
As you should. Okay.
Well, if we play this game next week, I will make sure to do you how you did me today. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, so let's talk about the how, when, where of self-care. We're going to break it all down for you. So the how, breaking the myth that self-care must be expensive. We discussed it a little bit earlier, talking about taking trips to the Bahamas and everything else. And it does not always have to be a $200 spa day. It can easily be a $5 face mask. You don't have to go all out. Do not let the influencers influence you to that extent. And with that being said, there's so many ways that you can have self-care moments. You could be in the comfort of your own home, in your garage, in your car. And that's what we're about to talk about right now. You can get a $5 face mask. You can get a $2 face mask. You can go on Temu, Shein,
I think everyone says it differently.
And get a face mask. The kids are asleep. Hop in the bath. Leave the kitchen dirty for one night, once a month, once every other week. If you wash the dishes every night before you go to bed, after the kids go to sleep, and then you go to bed after you wash the dishes, and you don't do nothing but the same rotation and cycle of your life, stop it. 2 days out of the month, hop in the tub. Hop in your car and sit in the garage with your wine and your phone and meditate. Listen to the podcast. Just take some time for yourself. Put the face mask on, get your glass of wine, get a bowl of grapes, go sit in the car. I know a lot of people are sitting under their tables in December. Did you see that for the new year?
What?
Oh,
Who's these people sitting under their
that is a
tables?
trend with grapes. Oh, yes, honey. You didn't see that?
I know the grapes trend.
But
You
they
eat the
had to
12
sit
grapes, but
you sit under the table.
that's news to me.
Well, they weren't doing it right then. I
Oh
hope
my
you followed all
gosh.
of
We're
those
not gonna
all
have 12 months of prosperity now. Poor Benny was just swallowing all his grapes.
Oh, I'm
Not
talking
under a
about the
table.
women were doing it for men, for love.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Mhm. Yes, so women, I don't know what you
Holy
did last year,
guacamole.
but for this year, apparently you're supposed to sit under the table with a bowl of grapes and eat the grapes under the
Okay.
table for love for the following year.
Under the table, stuffing your mouth with all these little balls.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because eventually they just want 2
And that's
balls
gonna
in their
get
mouth.
you a man. Yeah, just okay.
Yes.
That just have a crazy mental picture right now.
We're moving on to the win. Let's discuss the mental load. How to find time when the kids are literally clinging on your legs. So, talk about it.
Yeah, you just kick them off. Kick those little fuckers off. No, please don't. And don't call them names either. It's frowned upon. But when they really just are so needy, patience comes a long way, right?
Yes.
But when they finally let go of your leg, just take some deep breaths. And when they're asleep, just walk away for a little bit. Eventually, they're going to sleep.
Well, so I know a lot of moms that have multiple kids that are really young. They're little itty bitty kids, and we're talking 2 under 2, 3 under 3. And for those mamas that are listening in, and you're like, "Girl, Miss Inish, you know I got all these kids on my hip. How you expect me to find the time? When am I do this?" I would say if you can do your best to put those kids on a schedule, and I already gave you some pointers.
Yes, that I'm going to try.
Is it foolproof?
Yes.
No. Is what I'm gonna tell you foolproof? Absolutely not. Is the next person online gonna tell you something that's foolproof? No. There are definitely gonna be some holes in the system. That's just what it is. And you gotta roll with the punches. But making sure that you have a schedule, your house is in order is definitely going to help make your life move just a little bit more smoothly. No one's house is perfect. I don't care what the heck you see on social media and how cutesy dootsy that they set their camera up and everything. Everybody's in uniform order and everything's going how it looks like it should go. It's really not perfect for in real life, and we all know that. But what I will say is that having some type of order within your own house, whatever works for you in your house, that can help you personally make sure that you find that time for yourself. Help you find that time to get away because the kids are all asleep. Because, like Sil said, they got to go to sleep at some point. But if you could schedule it to where the kids are going to sleep before 9, before 10, give yourself some grace. That was the word of the year last year. Give yourself grace, but also help yourself with the grace by implementing the schedules and making it work for you and your household. Okay,
Well
moving forward.
said.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now moving forward. Let's talk about the where. Let's create spaces for peace.
Okay.
So, do you have a space for peace?
I'm sitting in it.
A.
Yeah. That
A.
and okay, don't take this the wrong way, but the restroom.
Okay,
It's the
man,
only
you're
one
my
with a
hubby.
real
I'm not judging you.
it's the only
Okay,
one with a
husband.
real lock in the house where, the kids
Yeah.
can't pick it.
Mm.
Well, at least not easily. But yeah, and I don't mean like I'm just sitting on the toilet. Like I'm probably doing my face. I'm doing something, pluck my eyebrow, like facials, whatever it is that I'm doing in there. That is my area of peace.
Okay.
Somewhat because they still find me, but they can't come
Right.
in.
Right. So, boom, ladies and gentlemen, her where is the bathroom. My where is kind of everywhere. I just want to emphasize that in case you didn't hear. But, that's a relatable statement, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
No pun
creative
intended.
at all.
I want to clarify for myself. I'm not actually shitting in there when I'm talking about my peacetime. It's not what's
Heard,
happening.
heard.
Just want to make that very clear.
Absolutely. But what we're trying to say is that, again, what works for you and your household, you need to be creative with that. Don't feel so enclosed or encaved in your own space that you feel like you can't get out. And I'm a prisoner in my own house. I'm a prisoner. I'm in captivity in my own household and I don't have a space. You don't need a mom cave or a woman cave if that's just not what it is right now. Go to your husband's car. Oh, I ain't got no car. Just sit in your husband's car. My husband don't have a car. Girl, sit on the porch while the kids are eating dinner. Go into the bathroom, sit in the tub, close the curtains, go into the closet. I mean, I can keep going. Ask your neighbor if you can borrow their car and sit in it. Whatever the
Oh my God.
Listen, for real though, I'm playing. Don't do that. But like seriously though, like there's been times that I've been driving and I know all the mamas because as bad as I was talking about social media and the influencers, we've all seen the videos where they're like when mom gets in the car by herself and they're bumping, stilettos, pumps in the club, yeah. Or, whatever like that hood song was from 10, 15 years ago. And we're turning loose and just releasing all of whatever energy, negative energy is on you and finding that space. Just think back in that moment, like, oh, when I sat in the car 4 weeks ago by myself without the kids, like try to capture that moment throughout the day if you can. Taking 15 minutes out of every single day or 10 minutes out of the day. I used to be a personal trainer, and one of the biggest things that they told me at one of the jobs that I work at was an hour is only 10% out of your day. That was like our sales pitch that we were supposed to sell to get people to invest in personal training, is that 1 hour working out was only 10% out of your day. We are literally just saying 10 minutes to 15 minutes. That's like 2% out of your whole day. Take the time out, mama, and make sure your cup is full, okay? Do that,
Mhm.
girl. I'll drink to that.
Do it.
Moving forward, hopefully this helps you press forward, make sure that your cup is full or refilling your cup if it's empty. So let's talk about some non-negotiable self-care habits, if you have any, that you swear by.
I do. I
Oh,
do. It's
yeah.
really just one that's a non-negotiable. So every time I get out the shower, I love to just lather myself in lotion, lay out my bed. Uh, and it's only for like a few minutes, but just be fresh and clean. I'm like in my robe and I just lay there for just a few minutes, just soaking in all of my lotion. Um, it's just, oh, it feels so good. I don't know
Mm.
what it is about that, especially in the summer. Oh my gosh, in the summer, it's awesome. But yeah, like my husband knows, like everyone knows, like get out of my room. I need that time to myself. And it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite times.
I love that. I feel like I have a couple. So one of the things, I guess, is showering too, but I just kind of just stand there and just let the shower run on me, close my eyes, and I take deep breaths in and out to let the steam in and almost it's not hot like a sauna. I don't take like hot, hot, hot showers, but
Mhm.
it's warm enough. That's a self-care moment. The other thing that I do, which may sound different to people, or maybe you can relate to it, but self care for me is being in the kitchen and cooking with the music playing. Don't bother me. Don't
Mm.
come in my kitchen. Leave me
Ugh, stay the
alone.
fuck out of the kitchen, man.
Don't ask me
Stay
nothing.
out.
Don't ask me anything. But that to me is therapy. I love to cook. I cook every single day for the most part. And I always have music playing. I'm not a big TV watcher, and I listen to music. There is musically, that was crazy. There is music constantly playing in the background of this household. Like this house is like a little theater of sorts, like a musical theater at that. But that to me is self-care. I'm cooking, I'm in my zone, and it's gotten to the point that the kids understand, my hubby understands. Mama's in her zone. She cooking dinner. You don't want her to mess nothing up and it's done. We only said a couple of things, but whatever that means to you, keep doing it. Do it. And don't let anyone stray you away from whatever you're doing to make sure that your personal cup is full. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Remember to find time to pour into yourselves when time permits.
It is essential for us to take time out of our day, whether it's 2 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever time you can find throughout your day to find that peace, get some clarity into your mind, your body, your soul, and really pour into your cup when you can.
I'll drink to that. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pouring and Parenting.
Where sip happens and we pour about it.